people are becoming addicted to phone sex. Even with BlackBerry sex, there's something called BlackBerry sex, right? Okay, so you could be addicted to anything. And then we went further to run a sex addiction test. If you need the test, you can get into our page.
Facebook page, Sex Talk
is on. Even if you can, these shows streaming live on the page right now.
Okay.
So you can take the test and the show test so that you know not to go of addiction. Then we will talk about we talked about the characteristics of addicts, the things we're looking for, and the effects of addiction. Now, last week we started looking at solutions, how to break free from addiction. Now, today, just quickly, because I also want us to have enough time to listen to our callers. A lot of them were calling after the show last week to say that we didn't give them enough time to say what they have to say. Well, there are a couple of basic therapy that have been shown in our view. And the reality is when you want to break free from sex addiction, it's not something you can do by yourself. You need help. You need someone, an accountability partner or a coach or a mentor to run you through. And one of the things you can get from us as well, we run a 40-day sex recovery session. It's one of the street that can help you out of sex addiction. You need someone to monitor you on a daily basis. Usually after 21 days or 21 days, you should recover because the 21st day activity is usually difficult, very tough. Looking forward to enable towards to enable I'm going to convey the whole world to come and listen to
because on the 21st they actually tell the public what I've been going through sex-wise.
You're expected to promote yourself. I did it for the first time. Tell the truth about the real person. We just really help a lot of people.
No color. I should not make it colorful. Just tell it straight.
Yeah, tell it straight. No. Of course, I'll be here listening. If you're trying to do some play funny, I'll tell the whole world myself. Okay, so if you struggle with masturbation, you struggle with sex addiction, there are a couple of things you want to do. There's something that is called aversion therapy. Aversion therapy is simple. Aversion therapy is attaching what is distasteful to what is pleasurable. I'll explain that. Remember, at some point on this show, we talked about neuroassociative conditioning, that many people are addicted to sex or are addicted to masturbation right now because at the initial stage of starting it, your brain was able to associate pleasure to what you were doing. Okay, and then the neural link was formed from your brain to the source of the pleasure, and the brain learned for a peak performance. And the more you kept doing it, the more neural lines are formed till we got to a state where you were almost an autopilot that we did it without anything and we're ready to do. Okay, so now if you're going to do a reverse, because your brain must be able to attach pain to what you're doing for you to break free. So I tell people that until the image of the pain sticks, change is not imminent. So you may need to introduce communication as a coping mechanism until the image sticks. So while you're trying to do aversion therapy, if it's difficult for your brain to recognize the pain you're trying to attach to what you're doing, then you might opt for the option of communication, which means every time you feel like having sex, you can pick up your phone. Someone still did it yesterday. She felt like masturbating and she called me. She said, "This is what I feel like doing," and I told her, "Take a walk." And she felt well.
I remember the lady you spoke about last week who she was going somewhere and she would definitely have sex there, and then you asked her to go check for the nearest church and start sweeping. Wow, now speaking about phone calls, you can call us live. We will pick your call shortly. Take down the numbers in the meantime. 017419043. That's 017419043. You could also dial 018436333. That's 018436333. Now, sometimes you get calls, we really can't hear you. So if you're shy, make sure when you call us, you're in a place where you can speak as loud as you want. Okay, please remember that. And always go straight to the point because there's so many calls to pick. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so we're still talking about aversion therapy. And it's very simple to say sex has always been a pleasure to you. What is it going to be this time? What's the pain you might even experience? And so aversion therapy is you can sit back, you can pick a very quiet spot in your house, and then play a movie. You can create a movie in your subconscious to say, so imagine a situation where, for example, people imagine a situation where you've been masturbating. So imagine your wedding day, imagine you dancing, imagine the whole world coming to celebrate the wedding with you. and then imagine your wife dancing excitedly and you dancing as well. Imagine the reception, the cutting of the cake, taking of the popcorn and everything. And imagine someone driving you to the hotel or to your own place and getting there, everything is set, the reward is gone, it's now you and your wife and it's time to score the penalty, and to play the penalty, and your girl refuses to get up, or you do not bathroom with perfectly, or something.
You have to go to the bathroom first all the time.
Yeah, let them run through your mind. Now, if your brain can retain that, okay, every time you try to do, your brain your body can begin to switch on because it associates the pain of inputting to the masturbation you're trying to do. Okay, if it's sex, it could be maybe illicit sex, you're having sex up and down. It could be an image of someone who's young and who contracted HIV, your body is initiating, you can have that picture. Okay, once your brain, because we're all driven by pain and pleasure. Okay, so your body really feels pleasure in the brain, you're not even ready to really register pain. That's aversion therapy. It says attachment is distasteful to what is pleasurable. Okay, however, there is another therapy that is called aversion therapy. The aversion therapy says we divert the urge into another activity that is very compelling and to the brain recognizing the urge as a signal to engage in that activity. I can tell you that diversion is what is working most in my clinic because it's easy to do. Diversion means every time you feel the urge, which is what I did 2 days ago for the person, every time you feel like doing it, divert the urge into something else. And what has worked most, when I started practicing the diversion therapy on weekend was when William C. Jones released Julia way back. So I tell them, go and get Julia, and every time you feel like masturbating, you feel like having sex, play Julia, and dance for like 5 minutes, and many of them,
it's work.
Yeah, it works for them because every sexual urge needs an outlet. The outlet can come in the form of you talking about it, in the form of you doing it, or in the form of you diverting it. You must do something. Okay, but some people will tell me, praise what your blood comes in the middle of the night and you can dance. Okay, you tell them you can play with it. Something different that is not sexual. You can do anything you want to be doing. So diversion with the dance. I used to have a client who was medical doctor then, who was passing with masturbation. And when I gave him diversion therapy, and he started dancing at home. People were wondering, and I was saying, Christian guy, same person worship and dance and dance and dance, and they were asking him, okay, why are you always saying I'm praising God, I'm praising? And I think sometimes some people want to dance. They didn't know exactly what he was going through, and eventually he recovered and he danced when he had eventually returned to his wife. That you can divert the urge. Reality is, your urge is not as powerful as you think it is. As a matter of fact, he's afraid of it. Okay, so once you learn to do these things, there is no such thing as a good thing. I tell people, you say, we can do it. Once I'm in the ring, I must do. So imagine yourself, you're ready to do, you're ready to, kiss the girl, smooch, and you're ready to do, and she announces to you that she's HIV positive. And you say, I have started the business and it's completed. Just remember your body, you need to because you don't want to die, won't switch it. So there is most of the times when you empower people when you evaluate, and it is not as good as you think you are. So you can divert the urge, into something else. So I've mentioned the aversion therapy, I've mentioned diversion therapy. Then there's another one that this one is so interesting. It's called the balance sheet analysis. If you're still accounting or you have a balance sheet, you have the assets and you have the liability. This works for a lot of married people who are getting involved in extramarital agreement. You're cheating on your wife, you're having sex with someone outside of marriage. This can work for balance sheet analysis. It's saying, in every balance sheet you have the asset side and the liability side. Now the asset side, because you are the asset, the baby you're sleeping with, most likely she's got nothing to do, she's already down, he is down this 24. You're the one that's married, they can do everything, you're the one that's got children, you're the one that's got a reputation, you're the one that is celebrated all over the world, that can go through scandal. So you are on the asset side. The asset is what is standing that you're bringing into the relationship. The liability is what she has and what you stand to lose. Okay, so every time you're having sex with her is a negotiation you're doing. So usually I tell people, I usually explain that can you buy a 2,000 of gold? Or can you trade? Can you buy a plate of rice at KFC with a plate of land? You imagine a scenario where a guy goes to KFC and says, I'm buying this meal, da 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 da, and he says, so close. And he says, no, this is I'm making my CO vote to my land. I want to put it in land. Or one plate of rice. But that's what you want every time you do it, because it's actually a negotiation. So, for example, every time you're in church together, what every church is you're trading something. So most likely you're trying to charge invest, for example, you are trading your oil. So you are bringing oil and you're picking against. So it's like paying for a plate of rice with a pound of land. Okay? Now you are upset with her, you are paying with the respect. And that's why no matter where you are, the moment you see the ball, the first thing you do is that respect, which has been calling you uncle, it has been calling you master or pastor, you become baby, you go by the first thing you do, because when you use that brother with that uncle or that pastorship or that imamship,
we call it intimacy.
Okay. so you're trading with respect for sex, and now if it's pleasure that goes on, you're trading the peace that you have in your home for pleasure. So you're using your peace to buy pleasure. If it is all, and you're paying for shame. The shame that we're not used to tell you that the difference between your wife's body and another person's body is the shame that comes with it when you are born. Because it's only your wife's body that cannot get into standard. Okay? So you're paying for the shame with your sound health. You're paying for STIs because you don't know what she's got, which is sanity. Now you're paying for blackmail with dignity. You're not a dignity, but you're paying, for blackmail. Then you're paying for scandal with your sexual family. I mean, ask Tiger and ask all these people. That's what the ancient analysis says. And usually when I sit down with clients and make them say, I'm asking them. So imagine, and ask them the purpose, buy two purposes there. Can you buy a tube of land with gold? Or can you trade a plot of land for KFC chips or something? And say, then you ask the question, is it worth it? Really? Okay, and how do you get a conclusion? Okay, you really get less. So I mean, those are three core therapies. Then there's the multi-dimensional approach, which is the combination of the first 10 days is fasting out of wrong sexual thinking. Most people think fasting has to do with spiritual all the time. You can fast out of being sexual thinking, and then you are going through relaxation, and I'm sure relaxation will help you. The first 10 days you are fasting every day out of the wrong thoughts, and there are some of those thoughts. The thought that saying everyone is doing is only the big deal. The thought that is saying
change after marriage.
I change after marriage. Okay, I mean all kinds of funny thoughts that people battle. Okay, so it's a combination of 10 days of fasting of sexual thoughts with 10 days of sexual recovery exercise, with 10 days of sex therapy and without, with 10 days of outlines and freedom. Okay, at the end of the day, in 40 days you're done. Now, maybe on the final note along the line, and I know that we can really delve into this. It's like this last one is like a coaching session. 10 sex outlines that can help you. So you take one at a time. For example, you look at it, there's an outline called identity that says if you don't know who you are, you're reserved for anything. Reality is that everyone has been building sexually. We can trace into two things. It's either a non-discovery of self or a non-remembrance of self. You see, we're not discovering who you are with this doing, and if you don't remember who you are as well, with this doing. So who are you? And you want to ask questions there. The number two question password that can help you is information. And information says the quality of your life is basically determined by the quality of the information you have in your mind. The third one is the outline called vision. Vision says nothing guarantees a better future like the old picture. Of course, there are questions that you need to answer power questions with each of these outline. Then you have control. Control says the best place to stop a thief from invading your territories at the gate, not in the bedroom. That nobody can touch you beyond the area you permitted him or her.
Okay, we have some conversations going on Twitter, and if you're following RC, that's Radio Continental on Twitter, that's RC1023FM on Twitter. Let's see, Adebanjo says, we're talking about dealing with sex addiction, and he says by praying and being determined wholeheartedly when you decide deep down in your heart to conquer it. 1206 World along with Psych and actor Afolabi, they all say sex addiction is no joke, but you can work on it. So if there's something Praise said tonight, he said you're not as weak as you are, because I believe some people that have decided, I know when I see her, I can't just hold it. And I know the lady said when I think about him, I can't help it. I just go to him straight away. You're listening to Let's Talk About Sex, and we're still with you. Take down the two numbers. By the time we get back, we'll do more treatment, and then we'll go on live with your questions. So please don't go to that yet. Stay tuned with these numbers. Get ready to call them as soon as we get back. 01741-9043 and 01843-6333. We'll be right back. Welcome to Louis Mohammed Airport, sir. Please, take care of the contents of your luggage.
Some books, ceramic vase, and a pack of raincoats.
Raincoats?
I meant a pack of rubber.
If you called it by name, I'll give you a free ticket to Paradise Island.